On Saturday, I'm running a 57.7 kilometer loop with a total elevation of 3,759 feet. That's the equivalent of running up Mount Snowdon, running down, running back up Mount Snowdon, running down again, and then doing a little bit more elevation just for fun. This isn't the sort of run I want to go into unprepared for. So that's why I'm doing a carb load. And today is day 2 of that carb load, and I want to bring you along for the journey. Take you through my day. I'll explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and hopefully it'll be useful for you. I'll also tell you why a pasta party the night before isn't really a great thing to do and actually could hinder your performance. But it's currently 5:59 a.m. Let's go have breakfast. Although breakfast is always with the family, so I'll do my best to vlog it, but there might be little voices in the background. It is chaos in the kitchen. We recently got some dinosaur biscuit cutters, so they're making biscuits right now. So you have to forgive me, no B-roll of me making my breakfast with oats, but I will join you when it's made and I can talk you through a little bit more of how many carbs I'm eating, and I'll see you then. We have breakfast. We have a big bowl of teeny tiny bit of yogurt, frozen cherries, frozen blueberries, a lot of maple syrup, and a lot of oats. I'll put the MyFitnessPal up here. But I also have bagels with a little bit of maple syrup on. They are just bagels and maple syrup, so it's not terribly exciting. But I mean, when you've got to get the amount of carbs I have to get in, sometimes you just have to sacrifice. It's not actually a pleasurable thing to do, despite eating a load of carbs. It sounds like it is, but it really isn't. So carb loading is important because you need to restock all of your muscles full of the glycogen that you might have lost throughout training. So that's the whole purpose of carb loading. And you only really want to do it if you're doing 90 minutes plus of exercise. So if you're doing a 10K or a 15K, you don't really need to do it. You just need to generally eat more carbs, but you don't need a focused effort like this. But where my ultra is probably, I mean, I have no idea how long it's going to take me. I expect to be running for anywhere from 8 to 9 hours, which definitely surpasses that 90-minute threshold. So I need to have carbs. The research for carb loading basically says you need to have between 8 to 12 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight. But I think you need to be conscious of how much body fat you have, because these stats are going to be for elite endurance athletes, where they're the people that this is tested on really, and they have very low levels of body fat. So where I'm, reasonable body fat at the moment, I'm not, I'm not carrying too much, but I'm going for the lower end, which is, I'm going for just over 8, about 8 to 9 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight. I'm 71.5 kilos, which means I'm aiming for 650 grams of carbs, which is a lot. My breakfast here, which I'll put up on the screen again, my oats, maple syrup, frozen cherries, frozen blueberries, bagel, and more maple syrup, is 200 grams of carbs. The reason why I've done that is because my digestion is better in the morning. So if I can front load a lot of the carbs, I'm gonna find it easier for the rest of the day on my digestive system. And that's the name of the game for me. I want to make this as easy on my digestive system as possible. So on race day, I'm not having any running issues that are quite common. And throughout the day, I can be a pleasant person to be around for my family. But that's also why a pasta party the night before a big event isn't really a good idea. The first reason is the GI stress that I've just sort of talked about. So having a lot of carbs is going to impact sleep. You're not going to feel great the next day, but also having all of those carbs sitting in your system the following morning and then doing your run could potentially mean that you have some issues on race day in the event. The other issue with that as well is it takes time for your body to break the carbohydrates down and absorb them into the muscles. And you can't do that with just one sitting, with just one big meal. And so it's better to do it over the space of 2 to 3 days. The idea of a pasta party is great. I'm sure it's a great thing to do. I'm sure it's a lot of fun eating that much pasta in one go, but it's not great for race day. But the way I'm approaching my carb loading is I have 4 meals a day. Yesterday I had 4 meals, today I'm having 4 meals. I try and space them evenly. In between them, I'll try and do a walk. Today I'm doing my final 5K run, which I'm really excited for. And That's all just to help digestion. I'm also bucking the trend a little bit. Research doesn't say you should do this, but I wanted to do this for my digestive system. My race day is on Saturday. I started my carb load yesterday, which was Tuesday, and I'm gonna carb load Tuesday, Wednesday, which is today, Thursday, tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have probably 300 grams of carbs on Friday. I'm gonna see how my digestive system is, see what my weight does, if it spikes, which is good because it means I'm holding glycogen, because if you hold glycogen, you hold water. And then that Friday just gives me a little bit of time for my digestive system to recover before the annihilation with gels, food, and running that will happen on Saturday when I do the event, which I will also vlog. So, you know, if you want to see that, hit subscribe. I'm genuinely pooing myself about it because I've never done that much elevation and I don't know if I can do it, if I'm honest. But do hard things because then you feel better about yourself. I'm gonna tuck in. I'll show you this because this is delightful when you see it all mixed together. Or can you see it? Yeah, there you can. Onto the bagel. Got a little friend who's joining me. Hello.
With messy all around.
Boy loves looking at himself.
It's messy all around.
It's very messy. You can't see on YouTube because I'm not pointing it, but it's so messy in here. But that's just life with, that's life with 2 kids, isn't it, babe? Half a bagel to go. Meal 1 done. Now I'm gonna go for a walk to help digestion, just a short one, 10 minutes. Then I've got to crack on with check-ins and I'll have my second coffee of the day, which I'm very excited about. Here's the taste test, guys. Warm, fresh, lovely. I have made a little bit of a mess of this. It's now 11 minutes past 12 and I'm going down to have my second meal of the day, which isn't good because I need to get another 400 grams of carbs in, which means between now and my final meals, there's a lot less time to get the carbs in and be easy on my digestive system. I'm gonna cook my pasta. I'm gonna have the pasta meal, which is supposed to be 200 grams, but I'm gonna bump it up to 250 grams so I get a few more carbs and tomato sauce and then some mixed veg so I get some veg in because I find it really hard not having veg. Okay, while the pasta is cooking, I'm having it with this, which is the first time I've had it. It is chicken tonight, Spanish style sauce, 1 pan. I had it yesterday, it was really, really good. So I'm gonna have that with this to make it taste a little bit nicer. And 100 grams of just mixed veg. So sweet corn, peas, runner beans and carrots. Frozen veg, controversial. I don't mind it, but Katie thinks it's absolutely horrendous and yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But one thing I wanted to talk about is how to carb load and not be bloated and have loads and loads of gas, because it's really hard and it's probably not completely avoidable because of just the volume of carbs you're going to be having. But the way that I'm doing it is just going low fiber, which I actually don't like because normally each day I'll have between 45 and 55 grams of fiber because it's great for health. The way it's metabolized in your body, it is a carbohydrate, but it's metabolized differently to other carbohydrates. It's actually absorbed as either a short or a medium chain fatty acid. I can't remember which, but that has a different effect within your body and a different metabolic effect. So lower in fiber is one way, and you do that by not really having that many veg, going for white pasta instead of wholemeal pasta, and just being sensible with your carb choices. My normal breakfast, I'd normally have chia seeds, not having them at the moment because a lot of fiber, potentially GI stress, and that's a way. And then the other way is make sure you drink enough water, because whenever you're eating carbohydrates, they need to absorb water. If they're in your digestive system and you haven't drunk enough water, then it will just get that from your digestive system, and that can cause a lot of dehydration and a lot of uncomfortableness as well. So that's one other way you can reduce bloating. All right, so this is a big bowl of pasta and tomato sauce and mixed veg. So let's get stuck in. I'm actually, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm hungry. Water, of course. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm hungry because I had a really big breakfast, but I'm not stuffed, which is nice. So it's quite nice. Yesterday I had 4 meals and split the carbs evenly. Today I've sort of front loaded it. So I've got, in total, I'll have had about 450 grams of carbs in this meal and breakfast, and that's just 2 meals. Then I'm going on a run later this afternoon, which it's like 23 degrees, so it'll be quite hot. I'm a little bit nervous about it. Well, I have another 2 talk gels. It's only 5k, so I don't need energy gels, but I may as well have them on the run because I need to get the carbs in, and it's an easy way of doing that. But yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy the first couple of bites, and then we'll see from there. I mean, it's definitely a first world problem, struggling to eat enough carbs, but all part of the process. Cheers. Done, down, and don't feel too bad. I mean, yesterday I had a bit of like brain fog throughout the day from all the carbs, but that was okay, really, which I'm quite pleased with. So it's now 1:45. I've got a guy coming around to the house at 1 o'clock to look at something we want to do, and then I have check-ins to do. I'll probably try and get out for my run at 2:30. I'll check in on my run, let you know how that goes with the gels and the 5k, nice and easy. I am wearing my blade shoes. I'll get them. Yeah, so I'm wearing these, which are my Ultra Mont Blanc Carbon, and they have a carbon plate in the sole. I don't know why I'm showing you them as if you can see through the sole and see the carbon plate. You certainly can't. But I don't wear them a huge amount for training because they are expensive and I don't know how long the carbon plate will last. So I'm saving them for events and race days and the run before so I can get used to it. So I'm going out in these today, which I'm really excited for, but it's really hot. So I might have to do a really annoying thing and just run. Yeah, I'll go and invest actually. And if I need to whip it off, I can whip it off. But running and getting a tan, I mean, that's the kind of life that I want to live. But you just get funny looks in the UK. Maybe I need to move to Spain or Los Angeles or somewhere. But I wouldn't want to do that. It's too far away from family. We live close to my mother-in-law. She is an absolute dream. She's like the best mother-in-law you could get. Really kind, really nice. Not too intrusive, and yeah, very lucky. But anyway, I'll check in. I've got to do more check-ins, see this guy, then I'll check in for the run, and I'll bring you along for my run for you to see that. Really hot day. I look definitely a bit excessive because I've got a running vest on, and I'm only going for 5k, but there's a reason. Because this is my dad's running vest, so it's the first time that I'm wearing it. And given that the race is on Saturday, I've not worn it. I should probably test it before I go. So that's why I'm taking this on a 5k. But it also means I can have a litre of water, which I will probably drink all of as I go through, because I get so thirsty on these runs and it is so hot. I'm also going to have 2 of these talk gels, one now before I go, and then one on it. Not because I need to have gels on a 5k, but because I need to get the carbs in today, and that's a really easy way of getting 50 grams of carbs in. Go on the run, I'm sure I'll check in with it. I've got my action camera, haha, and let's see how it goes. Excited. I've got my new trainers on too. I've got my fancy ones on, which I'm quite excited to see how they feel, especially as I am running with a boatload of carbs in my system. Okay, change of plan. The running vest was a bit too uncomfortable and the compartments on the front are different to mine.
So I won't be able to store the fuel that I want to store in easy access. So I'm just going to use mine. Problem with mine is the bits that keep the water bottles in place. I broke them, but I'll find a workaround. And then second change of plan, as it's so hot, I was like, take my vest off straight away, get a tan, feel good in the sun, and so running topless, which is nice. Definitely gonna keep out of the town so that I'm not running through town topless, because I don't think that's a good look. And then the third thing to note is got a bloody stitch, which I'm guessing is just from so many carbs and food in my digestion, so it won't be an issue on the day because Friday I'll be eating less, but it doesn't make it more comfortable today. Like Garmin gives a little performance score and it was +3, and it tells me that I'm peaking in my training readiness, so I'm hoping I don't fall off the crest of that peak before Saturday, but time will tell. 2.5k in, which means my second gel. That was hot. Top back on now because it's also end of school time here, so I don't want to look questionable by going around topless, walking back up past the school. So, okay run. Felt okay. Legs felt fine. I just got a stitch, which was annoying, but that then kind of quickly went away. Really hot, so I need to think about that. It's not supposed to be as hot on race day. I mean, it's 23 degrees now. It's supposed to be 17, 18, so lower, but still, you know, something to consider. I drink a lot on runs, so I have my 1 litre hydration pack on the back, which will help. I have 2 500ml bottles. I just need to make sure I top up at every station. But now, go home, shower, finish off my check-ins, reply to other clients, and then take on my final meal, which I'm a bit stuck for ingredients because I haven't got everything I need in the house and I haven't got time to walk to the shops now. So it's probably going to be some sort of like oats, yogurt, cherries, frozen cherries, and then a bagel, and yeah, however many oats it takes to hit my target, really.
We're here for the final meal, and this sounds a bit ridiculous, but we've literally run out of carbs in this house. And whilst it's not entirely true, I could cook up some pasta. This leaves me 10 grams short of my final target of 650. One thing I noticed as well was that my protein was sub 100 grams and my fats were really low at about 30 grams. So I've cooked 2 eggs and I've put 200 grams of 0% Fage yogurt in there as well. Want to get my protein up because whilst it doesn't need to be high, that was really quite low, so I wanted to bump that up, and I wanted to get the fats up as well. So I thought, well, eggs will have fat and protein, so that's a double whammy, and it's a good way to make the bagel and the wrap a little bit less tiresome to eat. Although I've done quite a big faux pas and I've overcooked them deliberately so the yolks don't run, because I'm not getting much enjoyment from food right now, I'll be honest with you. So if at least I can make the consumption of said food a little bit less messy, then I will 100% take that. So that's what I've done. But this is the last meal of the day. I'm gonna get this down me, and then I've got one more day of carb loading tomorrow. I'll eat normally on Friday, race day on Saturday. But I went for the run today, it felt really, really good. Garmin is telling me I'm peaking. Bring on race day, which is going to be my next vlog. So if you want to see me suffer and see me get through that, then do subscribe, because I'll post all about that as well. I've got my action camera, which I'm going to use, which I used for my run actually earlier on, but I'm going to use that to try and vlog my way through the ultra and give you my emotions, how I'm feeling. So hopefully it will be good content. We'll see, you tell me. But yeah, really excited for it now. Feel like I've done as much as I can for it, and bring it on.